Hey everyone! Welcome to the Top Rope Squishy Show. I'm here with a very awesome person. Someone who, if you don't know who he is, this is Mr. Earl Cole. And he has a YouTube show called The Wrestling Experience, which I had the pleasure of being on. And you said I was the first female guest on your show, correct?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely, you
So
were.
thank you. So it was a great time. So if you guys haven't checked out his show and you don't know what it is, please, the link to his YouTube show is in the description. Also, his Twitter handle is in the description. So do yourselves a favor and follow this man and also subscribe to his show, which is an amazing show. You won't regret it. But we are here today, Mr. Earl Cole, to talk about winter is coming. But can you let people know how you're doing and what you up to and how are things?
Well, first of all, it is an honor for me to be here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, on Top Rope Squishy's channel. I am doing well. I've had a big week, and the big week is I have some news. Is that I am up to 94 subscribers. And that is because not only because of Top Rope Squishy, but K Marvel came through on the show and he gave me some subs. And everybody that has come through has helped me build my channel. I started out with just a tiny handful of subscribers, and now all of a sudden my show has blown up. And I have gotten praise and accolations about what I bring to you each and every week on my show. I bring you the best that I can possibly give you. And I bring in the analytics and I bring the guest on that I think would be a great debater for me. So that is how I handpick my guests. And Top Rope Squishy was one of them. She was one of my go-to guests. I she was absolutely fabulous
Thank
when she
you.
graced the wrestling experience. So,
Oh, thank
guys,
you.
tonight is my final show of the year. And, all good things have to come to a conclusion, so to speak. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, on my show, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to have not one, not two, not three, but 4 different people come through on my show tonight. So it's going to be one of those holiday parties. And
Collaborations.
one of my guests, yes, and one of my guests tonight, ladies and gentlemen, will be coming to you live from the Middle East. So I'm getting a Middle Eastern wrestling fan for the very first time. So I'm making history, ladies and gentlemen. I had the
That is
first female
history.
guest, and I'm going to be making more history tonight when I introduce you to my Middle Eastern friend from the Middle East, and we're gonna have fun tonight. So, Taro Squishy,
Woohoo!
I am so honored to be here tonight. It is absolutely delight. I wish you and your husband and your entire family a warm, happy holiday season.
Oh, thank
And I am
you.
here for
Same to you.
you. I'm here in your corner. Thank you very much. And I'm here for you, and I'm ready to go for you.
I appreciate you. And, we are a small little community of podcasters, and we definitely have to support each other. So, that's what we're doing here. We bring each other on each other's shows, we get more eyes on our products, and we move forward together. Because I feel like when we stick together, there's more success, and it's more success in bigger numbers. And so it shouldn't be a cutthroat type of business. You know what I mean? This is a different dynamic. It's a different time of the world. There's a lot of podcasters. So we got to do what we have to do to make ourselves be seen. And I think that collaborating with other podcasters is always an amazing thing. You always get so many different opinions. So happy holidays to you and your family too. And eat a lot of food because I know I am. I'm going to be eating a hell of a lot of food, and I'm going to put on some Christmas and New Year's and birthday pounds. So that's what's going to be going on with me. Hey, Bobby.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Anna, Courtney, DJ Storms. Thank you guys for coming through. And we're going to be breaking down Winter's Coming, and we're going to start right away because we had a banger
Yeah.
of a match for an opener. This thing was a 60-minute time limit draw between Bryan Danielson and Hangman Adam Page for the championship belt. Obviously, Hangman retained because Bryan Danielson was unable to submit or pin Hangman Adam Page. I thought it was an amazing match. I did not like the fact that it was a draw. I get that they are doing this to build the story further and to not exactly give Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, his very first loss. However, I have to agree with my husband who had this, this opinion as well. He said it kind of weakened Hangman Adam Page to not be able to get a win over Bryan Danielson. But I want to hear what you have to say. What's going on? What did you think about this match?
Um. Okay. Well, I love the opening match. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I on my Twitter feed, I made a poll, and I asked the Twitter universe, what did they think about the finish, and if they agreed with the finish. Overwhelmingly, people said yes. The finish was correct. It was a great booking decision by Tony Khan to give this match a time limit draw. And why is that? Is because you know that we are getting into that show called the Battle of the Belts.
Mm-hmm.
So I think at that
That's right.
point that they're going to need a rematch.
Mm. They're getting
And
one.
this was the way to build up that storyline. Yeah. This is the way they build up the storyline. And the thing is that everybody was jumping on the bandwagon and saying that
Mhm.
they didn't like the storyline. I had no issues with it. I had no issues
Yeah.
with it. It's always a bridge to something. I always tell
Right.
people all the time, I said, you have to let things marinate, and you have to understand how the storyline is being built and how it's being
Yeah.
booked and how it's being written. If he would have pinned Adam Page, or Page pinned Danielson, I mean,
That's the end
that
of the story.
that would be the end of the story. That would have been the end of
Correct.
the story.
Correct. So my impatient behind, as DJ Storms, who's in the room, knows, I'm very impatient. And so, like, I'm
Right.
like, just freaking win already. You know what I mean? But I get it. It's part of the story. It's going to give us a couple, probably a few more matches between them, which will be great because
Right.
damn, was that a banger. That was an amazing match for to hold people's attention for a whole freaking 60 minutes.
Yeah, I mean the match.
It's
I
amazing.
had no I had no issues with it. I saw people on Twitter. They were like, "Oh, this is not good." I mean, first of all, you can't speak for other wrestling fans. You can't do that. You can't do that.
No,
It's
you
it's
have to
just
speak
that
for
simple.
yourself. In
Yeah,
your
you have to
opinion,
speak.
how
Yeah,
you
in your
feel?
opinion, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. You have to
How
speak
you
for
feel?
yourself. You can't speak for other fans, and that's one thing. Second of all, the thing is that I knew that this is the way the booking was going to go anyway. I already knew that in my heart that this is the way it was going to go. You can't have Brian pin Adam Page and make him lose the title now.
No,
That would
you
not be
can't.
good. And then of course
That wasn't happening.
you can't have it the other way. So you
Right.
can't have it happen the other way. So the only way that I think that saw fit to do this was to have
Mhm.
them beat the stew out of each other, and there's no winner. And
And
there's
that's
no
exactly
winner.
what happened. Exactly what happened. There
Right,
was no winner. There was
right,
no winner.
right.
And to get a championship off of a champion, there has to be a definitive winner, and there wasn't. So Hangman retains. So we are gonna
Right.
get more bangers. You really, reality, you can't really complain. You know what I mean? Like in the end of the day, even if you're not happy with the way it ended, but you liked the match, you get more. You get more of that. So,
Yeah. I
that
mean
is
you're
okay
getting
with me.
yeah, you're getting more bang for your buck,
Yeah,
so to
exactly.
speak.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that the next time that they meet each other, I think it should be a last man standing match.
I think so too. I think that would definitely work. And I think that Hangman should retain still,
Right.
unless it's like around double or nothing. Then we might be looking at a title change. But anyway, moving
Right.
on. The big
Okay.
man Wardlow took on Matt Sydal. Now,
Mhm.
I am a huge fan of Wardlow. I actually feel he's a little underutilized and they should utilize him more. Like, I would love to see him and another big dude like Hobbs. We've had this conversation here in the Anderson household.
Yes.
To see them like go at each other and then eventually like become a team, something along those lines, utilized better. Of course, he has to get away from MJF, which I thought was happening pretty soon. Everyone can kind of see the cracks here and there, like when the chairman Sean Spears came in and was like, "Come on, do it quicker, end the match." And you could see by Wardlow's face that he's just not happy with the way things are going. And then MJF calls and he's like, "Go pick up my wine." You know what I mean? Like, they're undermining
Yeah.
him, but I like the way that they are kind of building him. He destroyed Matt Sydal. So, you know,
Right.
he could have kept going. He could have kept power bombing him, but of course, because of Sean Spears, we only got two. You know, thanks a lot.
Right.
But I knew Wardlow was gonna win, obviously. But I like the match. I'm not entirely sure why this match happened. I know they had like a little tiff in the Royale and that little battle that they had, but
Mm.
it just seemed like it came a little bit out of nowhere. Unless it was done to build Wardlow towards leaving MJF, then I can see why they're doing this. But what do you think?
Right. Um, I, the match was great. I knew it was a squash, as they call
Mm-hmm.
it in the wrestling business. It was a
Yes.
squash,
Yes.
and I just knew that Warlow was going to win. They're building up for him to turn babyface, but everything has to
Yes.
marinate. Everything has to marinate, and you can see the turn happening very slowly. The screw is turning very soon.
Very.
And I think what's going to happen is eventually he, Warlow is going to cost MJF a big match, and that is
Mm-hmm.
going to set up with them to have a war.
Let's do
And
it.
I can't. Yeah, yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Let's, look,
It's
I love
like a
MJF.
bottle of champagne
Yes.
on New Year's Eve, ready to pop.
Hello.
Yeah,
I love MJF. He's a great heel.
yeah,
But it is time to see
yeah.
him
I
get his ass handed to him by Wardlow. Come on now. Right?
Yeah,
Sheesh.
exactly, exactly,
Hello to
exactly.
Everything Pro Wrestling. Hey, Kyle. Thank you guys for popping in. I appreciate y'all. We're here with Mr. Earl Cole, who has his show, The Wrestling Experience, on YouTube. Links are in the description. Please make sure you follow him on Twitter. His handle is also in the description. And go to his channel, hit subscribe. And hey, if you're in this room right now, please hit that like button. If you don't have notifications for my shows, do yourself a favor, hit the notification bell. And you know what? Subscribe if you're not. Hit the like, drop me a comment, check out the merch. Link in the description, y'all. Anyway, so that was the second match. And then came the Hikarushita versus Serena Deb. This was part 3. Probably the one match that I was the most excited about because I have loved every match that Serena Deb and Hikarushita have given us. They've put on clinics. I mean, these two women really raised the bar for what women's wrestling should be, because they just wrestle. You know what I mean? It's not like we're women wrestlers. They are wrestlers, and I love it. I love it. Thunder Rosa does that. Chris Statlander gives us that. But Hikarushita won, which was great. But I actually had Serena Deb winning. So, I mean, I did a survey on Twitter and it was overwhelmingly in Sheeta's favor. But I have been known to go against the grain sometimes, and I was still going with Deb. So was Courtney. And we were wrong. But did you have Sheeta?
Yeah, you know something, I'm a fan of Ricardo Ishida. I am. I love her. I love her smile. I love her passion. You know, she reminds me of Riho. You know, these
Mm.
women just get they get the beating and they keep on ticking like a Timex watch. You
Yeah.
know,
Nice.
yeah, you know, and it's like they take these bumps and they take these things and they just keep on going. I had no issues with the match. I love Serena Deeb. You know, Serena
Yes.
Deeb reminds me of the Fabulous Moolah. The Fabulous Moolah
Oh, you
was
took
a
it back.
female wrestler. She was one of those female wrestlers. She was always dirty. She always had a brass knuckle in. Yeah, she always did. She always hides a brass knuckle in her bra. She used to take it out of her bra. Yeah,
Nice.
she used to take it out of her bra, and she used to knock you upside the head with it, with the referee not looking. She was dirty. That's what Serena Deeb reminds me of. She
Yeah,
reminds me
Serena
of a
Deeb.
young, fabulous Moolah. That's what she
I
reminds
love
me of.
I love that
Yeah,
Serena Deeb went heel. Love
yeah.
it.
I mean, the way she ripped the turnbuckle off last night, and the way she was doing them
Yes.
heelish things, it's
Oh,
just,
she's so good.
it's just she's good at it. It
She's an
fits her like a
assassin.
glove. Yeah, it
She's
fits
an
her like a
assassin.
glove.
She destroys people and then she takes out your freaking knee and your leg before she puts you in that submission. I
Yeah,
mean, I love
yeah.
Serena Deeb. She really is the woman of a
I mean,
thousand holds.
she's a dirty, really dirty heel woman, and
It's
you
wonderful.
know,
I
she's
love it.
yeah. I mean, again, I had no issues with the match. I had no issues with it.
She,
I thought it was great. I thought it was high octane. It
yes,
had
it was.
fluidity to it. I have no issues with it. None.
She um she went
Absolutely.
heel in on a pay-per-view on the opener for a pay-per-view, the buy-in, where she went up against
Yes.
Riho. And that is where
Yes.
she went heel. And it has been for me one of the most amazing heel turns because when she did it, I was like, fuck yes. This is what I was missing. Thank you. And I can't wait. I know that right now, Chris Statlander is a super duper baby face, but I can't wait. Maybe 2 years down the line when Chris Statlander turns heel because I'm done with her being a nice person. I want her to kick ass as a heel because she can kick ass in the ring. And I know we're veering off topic because Statlander was not on the show yesterday, but I am a mark. So I mark out for Statlander. Sorry. Um, but that brings us to the
Yeah.
main event, which was
Yeah.
amazing. You have two guys that are super duper young, and they ran the main event for the diamond ring match. Now, MJF had been a two-time holder, so he's been the only person in AEW to hold the diamond ring. And now he is a three-time holder. I also was wrong with this match. I had Dante taking it because I was like, fuck MJF again. But it makes sense. It makes sense. He's a pillar. They're building him up. He has like a huge match coming up at some point with CM Punk. They cannot break him down just yet. But damn, did they have me guessing all the way to the end. It was amazing. I loved it. I loved it. What do you think, Earl? What do you think?
Um, I, I like your vibe. I like your vibe, and I like where you're going with this. I loved it. I mean, I'm on the same wavelength as you. I mean, this was great. Um,
Yes.
you did to screw him at the end. You know, putting his foot on the rope and coming down and interfering in the match, and I mean, costing him the ring. I mean, that was just icing on the cake, so to speak.
Yes. It was
Um,
beautiful. It was
you,
beautiful.
you know, it's. you know, it's Ricky Starks coming down and interfering in the match. I had no issues with it.
Yeah,
Because this may lead up
it
to a
makes
match
sense,
between him and Dante Martin. It it,
which
it,
I
it
want
may
to
lead up
see.
to a match.
It's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
because
Team.
I think that these two, I
Mm-hmm.
apologize to cut you off. Um,
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
no, um, I think that these two would have a classic match.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that Team Taz is not done with Dante Martin and Leo Rush. And I think that Darius is on his way back. And as soon as Darius comes back, that's a trio's right there, a trio faction. And they're going to take on Hook, Hobbs, and Starks. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. I see it happening. And I have to actually put this comment on because DJ Storms actually stole my question of the night for you. But my question of the night, because I love to end my shows with this, but if we still have a few minutes, I want to ask you your predictions for tomorrow's Rampage really quick. But my question of the night is, who do you think is going to take the belt off of Hangman Adam Page? Funny that DJ Storm says that it would be MJF because that is what I was telling my husband earlier. I could see MJF being the one to dethrone Hangman Adam Page by the way that they're building him up. What do you think?
I would agree with both of your assessments because MJF, he is one of those heels that deserves some kind of reward at the end of the rainbow.
Yes.
And I think at this point in time, I'm a staunch believer in credibility and transferring over things over. I think that he would be a fantastic champion,
Absolutely.
especially as a heel.
Absolutely.
I think he would. Yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean, he will. I think when he is champion, he is going to find ways to retain that title. Whether
I
he
think so.
puts his foot on the rope, whether he puts Vaseline on the floor, whatever it is,
He's going
whatever
to
it
do it.
is, he's going to retain that belt. He is
Yeah,
going
he's
to retain the
definitely.
belt, and
Yeah, he's
he's
going to do
he's a
it.
fantastic heel. He's a
He
fantastic
is.
heel. I mean, he's the
He's
kind of heel
amazing.
that you want to choke the crap out of him. I mean,
I was actually
he's.
shocked when he went to Long Island.
Oh, let me tell you something. When I was in that place, man, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. Those people, man, that
You
night
were
in Long
there.
Island, man,
You were
that
there.
yeah, I was there. I was there.
Excellent.
I was at
Did you boo him?
ringside. I
Did you
was
boo
there. I was
MJF
there.
or did
Yes, I
you
did. Yes, I did. No, I booed
you
him a
cheered
little bit. I
him?
gave him a little boo.
Little Teddy, you were like, boo. You hit that shit. You were like, boo. Yeah. So you because you saw that crowd. That crowd was 100%. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
CM Punk got booed.
Yeah, because well,
That was
you
shocking.
know the thing is with them with this feud that's happening with him and he first of all he came out to his music. That was not a good thing. Then he was bashing the Islanders for 10 minutes. I mean, it was
Over and
just
over and
it was
over and over again.
yeah, it was just I was sitting there and was like, Simple, please get to the point.
Get off the stage. Yeah,
And
get the
then
fuck
when
off the stage.
MJF's music yeah, get out of the ring, get out of here, please. Just
Yeah.
you're ruining the night,
Yeah.
and I was just like,
Yeah.
and then when
He was
MJF came out,
chasing for booze.
everybody was yeah, and then
I
when
think that was
MJF
genuine.
came out, yeah,
His emotions looked very
yeah,
genuine to me. I think it's the first time you ever see a little bit of real MJF before he put the back on. You know what I mean?
right,
Like it was
right,
like when he
right.
went down on his knees,
Kayfabe,
yeah, then he just went boom back to MJF. Like that was so
right,
sudden, but you got to see a little bit that MJF is actually a human being. What do you know?
right, right,
That's
exactly.
how good of a heel
He's
he
got a
is.
little kink. He's like has a little kink in his armor.
He
Um,
does. He does. So, really quick, because I still got you for like 10 more minutes. Rampage is happening tomorrow. Um, it's a banger for me because I love big group matches because you get to see so many wrestlers at once. And I'm actually excited about Rampage tomorrow. So I'm gonna read off the matches. I'm gonna tell you who I think. You tell me who you think. How's that?
Okay.
Cool. So one of the matches we have going on is Young Bucks, Bobby Fish, and Adam Cole, and they're taking on Orange Cassidy, best friends, because Trent is back. Trent's back, and Rocky Romero. Now I think because Trent just came back and all that good stuff, that they're gonna actually give it to the faces, and it's gonna be best friends and Rocky Romero that win. What do you think?
Um, I'm on the same wavelength as you. Yeah, I would
Cool.
concur.
So you would concur. The faces are taking it. Young Bucks and Bay Bay are going down. And then we have, I want this to be the main event. I agree with Courtney. It's the 10-man match. Of course, why? Because Santana and Ortiz are in it there. Lucha Bros, Santana and Ortiz, and Eddie Kingston are joining up to take on Daniel Garcia 2.0 and the Acclaimed. Oh, bangers only. This is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a lot going on. Like when I see matches like this, I usually am looking all over the place, and I never bet against my guys. So Lucha Bros, Santana and Ortiz, and Eddie Kingston are winning. What do you think?
Yeah, I again. I'm going to take the baton and run with it and agree with you.
Um, DJ Storms. No, that is not fucking happening ever. Not ever. Not in 2021, not in 2022, not
What
ever.
is?
He's like, but what happens when 2.0 beats Proud and Powerful? Listen, he always is picking on me because he knows how much I
Okay.
want them to win the belt. So this is an ongoing feud between me and DJ Storms. Anyway, Ty
I,
Conti in a submissions match against Penelope Ford. Who you got? And then I tell you who I got.
um. Well, you know something. Those ladies, they've been in a war, and because
They
of the
have.
brass knuckles, and everything else, I don't see Ty Conti winning the match.
Really?
No, I don't. Unfortunately,
That's
they're not
that's
going
my
to.
pick. Ty
Ty
Conti.
Conti. Yeah, I love her.
Ah!
I love her. I love Ty Conti. I love
Oh no.
her.
Ty Conti's going to do it. She's going to submit the shit out of Penelope Ford. So I see it coming. I see this coming. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Look out for Hook, people. Look out for his next match. Courtney, this is your fault. This is your fault. Because when I had Courtney on my show and we started talking about Hook, she did this. And it was over. My husband brought me the hook, and this is what we, use from now on when we talk about Hook. So,
what did you think of his debut match?
oh my God, I loved it. I think it was one of the best debuts I've seen personally. I mean, this guy came in like he's been wrestling forever. Not that that was his first live television match. I mean, his father said he's been training and conditioning his whole life. His body shows, and he was crispy, clean, and powerful. And he came in, did his job, and got the fuck out. I loved, 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 loved it. I want to see more. I want to see more Hook. What about you?
Yeah, like I said, I was there in person in Long Island, and I was there for the Rampage taping, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I thought he was accurate with everything he was doing in the ring. I
Yes.
mean, he was so conditioned. He wasn't even out of breath.
At
I mean,
all.
it
And he
was
did some serious moves.
yeah, and It was like his cardio was fantastic. His
Yeah.
moves were fantastic. His
Belly.
fluidity was fantastic. I mean, there was just
Yes. It
nothing. There was
was it was
nothing I
sick.
saw out of tune.
It was sick. Belly to belly
And I,
suplexes, pump handle suplexes.
yeah,
Clean.
yeah. I mean,
No botches.
yeah. No
Beautiful.
botches, zero botches. It was just.
Zero
I would like
botches.
to see him in.
Props
I
to
would like to
Fuego.
see him. Yeah, I would like to see him and Dante get it on.
Oh
That
yeah, that's gonna
would
happen.
be that would be a killer match.
That's gonna happen.
Mm.
And I want to see him and Sammy go at it.
Yes, yes.
That would be crazy. Eventually, him and MJF. I mean, there's so many people that he can go up against because he just showed everything. He did submissions, he did pickups, he did, he hooked them because as his
Yeah,
name, he hooked them. So yeah, it was yes, his debut was probably my favorite AEW debut to date. To date. And a brand
I
new
agree.
talent at that. Excellent. Excellent. Good job,
Yeah,
Taz. Good job.
I he was fabulous.
He was fabulous, and that's definitely something that Taz can be proud about. I'm pretty sure that Hook had a lot, riding on his shoulders because he has his whole father's history on his shoulders. You can't come out and be a piece of crap, when your dad was as good as he
No,
was.
no,
So good job,
no.
Hook. Good job. So, Earl, thank you so much for being on my show, people. This is the end of today's show. This was Earl's last time being live. No, tomorrow, right?
No,
When's your last?
tonight.
Tonight.
Tonight,
So tonight
tonight,
is
tonight, tonight. Yeah,
tonight. His
tonight is the
show is
night,
coming
ladies and
on.
gentlemen. Yep,
Tonight,
my
his
show
show's
will be
coming
coming
up. So
on. Yep.
jump off of here and go jump on there, okay? And then make sure you subscribe. The link is in the description here, so
Yes.
no excuses. No need to ask what channel is it. It's in the description. So I want to thank all of my guests today. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate y'all as always. And Mr. Earl, thank you for gracing me with your presence on my show. I appreciate you. This was fun. So thank you so much. Any last word before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I just again I want to remind everyone that tonight I'm going to be live on YouTube and Facebook for the wrestling experience. It is my final show of the year. Please, if you're going to jump on my channel, of course, please hit that like button. Please subscribe and turn on that notifications bell so that when you know that I come on YouTube, it's always a party time. It's always a great time on my show. And again, I am going to, I have an announcement that I have to make. I'm going to be in Madison Square Garden for WWE Live at the end of Christmas next Sunday night. So I'll be in the
Nice.
garden watching a double steel cage match. So I'll be live for that. I'm also going to be live on January the 5th inside the Newark Prudential Center for AEW's inaugural broadcast on TBS. And we're going to be
So
celebrating Top
what?
Rope Squishy's birthday. It's going to be Top Rope Squishy's birthday. Yeah. So that's going to be fabulous. And then on February the 8th, I'm going to be in Atlantic City, New Jersey, because AEW is debuting in Atlantic City, and they're bringing Dynamite to the Boardwalk Hall. So I'll be in the house for that.
Beautiful.
Bridgeport,
I
I'll be
gotta
in the
roll
house
with
for
you.
Bridgeport. Yeah.
You everywhere, Earl.
So I'll yeah
You got
yeah.
them frequent
So
flyer
I'm here,
miles.
there, and all over the place.
So make sure y'all follow Earl on Twitter so y'all know where he's at. He be flying everywhere. He be going everywhere. Make
Yeah,
sure y'all follow him
everywhere. And again,
everywhere.
Top Rope Squishy, I thank you so much for coming, for letting me come on your show.
Thank you for
You
being
are
on my show.
more than welcome to return to my show in 2022.
I'm
Definitely, we can work
available.
out some dates.
Yes, hit me up, hit
So,
me up. And DJ Storms, bless you, 22, 23. I wish. Many years ago, I was that age. But it's okay. It's all good because you know what? I make 40. look amazing. So there you go. Anyway, people, we're done here. Thank you for joining us. Thank you again to my guest, Earl. And people, as always, I leave you with a lot of love and peace. And of course, above all, wrestling. Until the next one, people. Oh, and real quick, the Bird and the Villain are coming back on my show. It'll be my last show of the year next week on the 23rd. The reunion is happening. So, people, make sure you tune in and jump off this thing and go jump on Earl's Wrestling Experience show right now. Go do it. All right, y'all. Good night.